So my dad doesn't know about my personal dating life, right? Because I don't share any of that shit with him. I don't want to, just because he's super noisy and kind of annoying. And at that time, I didn't really get along with him. So anything that I would tell him, he would just spin it out of control.
And then he'll give you advice and try to control you and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one time, this is during the time I was a youth minister at this church that he started up. So I get there, and after church, my dad's like, hey, I want to introduce you to somebody. And I'm like, who? Who do you want to introduce me to? And he goes, I want to introduce you to a girl. I'm like, nah, I'm good. He goes, no, it's nothing like that. Like, I just want you to hang out. I just see her. She's new in town. Hang out. And this girl looked like she bench pressed, like, at least, she looked like a rugby player, dude.
She was buff.
She was just like thick. You know what I mean?
What do you got against swimmers?
No, dog. It's just she looked like
shoulders.
She looked like the golfer. She had the hat. She was wearing this hoodie and
polo shirt and all, huh?
Bro, I was like, I guess she might be a sweet girl, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to go on a date with her, but this fool tried to set me up at a blind date at church with her parents right there, so I couldn't say no. So I said, okay, cool. Like I'll take her out around town or whatever, since she's new to the area.
Yeah.
So check this shit out. I cannot make this shit up. So
she was probably feeling like that too. Like she's like, fuck my parents.
So you will see this, right? So one day, so when I would do my ministry at the church, after that I would go to another church to get my own sermon, at a different church, and there was one in Davis. So this girl, she wanted to go to Davis, and she goes, hey, can I come along with you to go to church after? And I was like, all right, cool. So I got kind of blindsided on this blind date. So we go there, the church is closed, and just really awkward conversations. And this is on the drive back. So in the drive back, all of a sudden, we're driving, and I turn on some music. She goes to my music knob, and she dials all the music down. She turns it off.
Why?
I don't know. She just turns the music off. I guess, but she just turned the music down. I was like, okay, that was a little weird, and I kind of like turned it up a little bit. She shuts it right off again, and I'm like, what? Okay, this is a little weird. And as we're driving, I don't remember what she's saying verbatim because this happened quite a few years ago. But it would be like some shit where she's just sitting there, she's like, yeah, I don't want to. Dude, no, don't do this to me. What are you doing right now? Like, stop.
She's talking to herself.
And I'm like, the fuck, dude? This bitch. And so I looked over. I was like, oh, she probably has a Bluetooth in her ear, right? And so I kind of ignored it. And she goes, no, stop. Don't do this. And I'm like, I look over. There's nothing in her ear. She's fucking talking to herself, bro.
Oh my God.
She's fucking talking to herself. And I'm like, yo, are you okay? Like, who are you talking to, right? She goes, oh, I kind of don't want to talk about this right now. And I'm like, well, what don't you want to talk about? Like, are you cool? Are you okay? Because I wanted to see if I need to pull over or some shit. And I'm in the middle of the freeway. This is a long ass freeway from Davis to Sacramento.
Yeah. Damn, you took her on a long ass road trip.
Yeah, so it was like 35 minutes, 40 minutes. And so that's how far I used to go to church. And then she would just be like, then she did this shit. She goes, I'm talking to my ex-boyfriend right now. And I'm like, oh, like what, you got a Bluetooth or some shit? And she goes, no, he speaks to me telepathically. Bro, I'm not making this fucking shit up, dude. She goes, he's speaking to me telepathically. And bro, I'm laughing, right? Because I thought she was joking. And I'm like,
he speaks to me telepathically.
I'm cracking up. I'm like,
we have a connection like the Avatar.
Dog. So I started cracking up because I thought she was busting a joke, and I look at her deadpan, not a joke.
No.
And I'm like, yo,
what if she did that to scare you so you don't fucking come on to her?
So I thought she was like kind of fucking around or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she goes, yeah, like, so if you look at my boyfriend's eyes, she goes, one of his eyes is it's like steel cold gray and is split half in blue, and that shows that he knows telepathy. He goes, when I was we used to live together, and I'm just telling him right now to leave me alone because the last time I was with him, he was talking to me. He made me burn down a house. Bro, I started sweating fucking bullets. I thought she was going.
Holy fuck.
I thought she was going to take the wheel and then fucking throw us off on the freeway. So I was sweating fucking bullets, holding the wheel super tight. And I tried to turn up the music, and then she turned it down again. She goes, I can't hear him. And I'm,
whoa.
And she's like yelling at me at this point.
Whoa.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on right now? At that point, I was so fucking scared because she kept on telling me the stories. I don't remember them all right now. I might be able to recollect it later if I really think about it. But she was telling me the story about how he like telepathically controlled her and had her burn down the house that they were staying at. Yeah. And then she burned another house down.
She loves burning houses, huh?
And she goes, yeah, he's talking to me. She's like, and as she's telling the story, she goes, shut up.
Oh.
Dog. And so I'm freaking out. I finally get to her house at the driveway. I drop her off. Like, hey, it's nice meeting you. Like, I'll hit you up some other time. She goes, well, let me get your number. And I'm like, oh shit. And at this point, I was thinking to myself,
you should give her a fake number.
I was like, should I give her a fake number or my real number?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I should probably give her my real number just in case. So I gave her my real number, right? And she leaves, and as I'm backing out, she calls my phone, looking into my car. She goes, oh, I just wanted to see if this was a fake number.
Oh no.
And I drive back. I go to my dad, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what the fuck was that? I was like, how the fuck? I was like, did you know she's like a schizophrenic? She's talking to human beings in her head. And all my dad goes, oh, that's so funny. And he starts cracking up. He starts dying laughing.
He pranked you?
No, he didn't know, but he just thought it was so funny. I was like, dog, she could have fucking killed me, dude.
Wow.
So what I found out later on was that she was trying to go, I guess, she's been trying to get into the Navy or whatever, but she couldn't pass like a psych eval, obviously, because she's
fucking nuts.
She's fucking crazy. Turns out she wasn't schizophrenic, dude. She was like dealing with like schizophrenia, and her, you know, like Asian parents, they don't believe in mental illness.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, she's just a little weird. She's a fucking schizophrenic. They didn't fucking know.
Oh shit. So they saw this, obviously this behavior might be happening in the house.
Yeah.
So they were just trying to keep it under wraps.
I guess, and I guess for them, kind of what I'm concluding.
Or they're probably like, thank God, David, fucking take her ass and marry her. Get her out of the fucking house.
I got fucking pissed, and so my dad talked to their parents, and this is why I'm assuming. I assume that she's a schizophrenic because she's talking to people or whatever, whatnot. And then my dad was explaining to me after, as he's laughing, and this is after he laughed the first time. This is the second time, and he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I talked to them, and I guess she has like some issues here and there." I was like, "Dude, that's not some issues. They refuse to recognize that she has a mental illness.
Yeah, she needs help.
She needs fucking help." And he set me up on a blind date with a schizophrenic, dude.
Yeah.
One of the worst blind dates I've ever had.
And
he laughed at me. I could have fucking died, dude. Stop. Shut up.
That's fucking scary, dude.
He's talking to me right now, my ex-boyfriend.
Hold on. Beep, 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 beep. No, I don't want to order pizza.
Yeah, he has half. I don't want to order pizza. She was like, he has half gray eyes and half blue or green.
What
I
if
can't
she
remember.
didn't even have an ex-boyfriend?
That's what I'm saying. I don't even think she did, but she was saying that he was talking to her telepathically, and the last time they were together, he would control her mind and had her burn down her neighbor's house or some shit.
That is fucking crazy. See, that's the part of dating that I don't like. Is like, you don't know these people. And they could be the sweetest, because you know everyone has fucking baggage. Like all of our friends, all of our family members, everyone has something wrong with them or some issue that they're dealing with, right? That eventually is going to spill onto you. And whatever your issues are is going to spill onto them.
It's crazy because I went on, when I was, so after my first girlfriend and I broke up, I kind of had this whole thing. I did a whole little mini series on it. People want me to continue it, which I might. I kind of focused only on one girl in high school because I was such a fucking loser. And after that, I was like, I'm gonna date anybody and everybody, just because I don't even know what I like. I want to do the exact opposite of this fucking girl and just date whoever. But because of that, I have so many random dating stories. Because I think, I shit you not, when I came back from Riverside and I started going to community college, any opportunity that I could date somebody, I started dating people. Specifically because I wanted stand-up stories. Oh. Because I noticed that my stand-up was so fucking weak, and I kept on doing Asian jokes, and which was, they were hitting at the time, but I was kind of biting off of like just all these like Asian stereotypes, which I molded it well. But it was like, I wanted to speak more than that. So I started dating because I thought, I think relationship stuff and dating stuff is very relatable. So I started dating every fucking girl. So I got like 1,000 fucking stories. I haven't written them in a notebook somewhere of my old stand-up of all these weird dating situations. But that was one of them, was when my dad set me on a fucking blind date with a schizophrenic.
That's pretty crazy.
That was one of the worst situations I've ever fucking been in. And it's so hard to tell because like, it almost sounds fucking unbelievable. But you just ask my fucking dad and he'll probably crack up as you mentioned the story to him. It was fucking I still remember what she looks like till this day. White fucking hoodie, wrapped up in her head, white golf cap, the faded blue jeans, the white Skechers, and then she had her hoodie tied in a knot.
No.
Like up here, and it was super tight around her head.
Oh, shit.
Fuck, man.
That's some serial killer shit right there.
And what she wore at church was the same thing that she wore the day that we went out and did
She didn't change clothes.
She didn't change clothes. She just wore the same outfit.
So when you guys were on the way there,
she was fine.
And you guys were doing the whole praise circle or whatever, everything was fine.
Oh, so we couldn't go into the church because I guess there was like a holiday then, and then church was closed at that time, and it got shifted to another time. So we missed sermon, so we went all the way back. So I just drove to Davis, and I drove all the way back. Yeah.
And then she started talking to herself.
Dog. And the only reason I know about the whole Navy stuff that she was trying to get into the Navy because the conversation there was perfectly fine. She was talking about her wanting to get into the Navy and all this other shit. Or
maybe she didn't have a granola bar or something and she started freaking out.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but that shit was crazy because when she was talking to herself, I thought she was talking on a Bluetooth.
Yeah. That shit does fuck with people though. When, you know, the Bluetooth, when it started coming out, I was like, man, so many people talking to themselves. What the fuck? Or like they'll say shit and I'm all like, yes. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Man, fuck you.
Dog, I've had so many fucking weird dating situations.